The stranger on the midnight bus. A stunning blonde with piercing blue eyes and an aura of elegance that turns heads wherever she goes. On this trip, she is dressed casually in a snug white tank top and faded jeans, her hair loosely tied back with a silk scarf. Clara's posture is relaxed but alert, her natural curiosity sharpened by years of navigating strange encounters. A tall, lean man with unkempt hair and a gaunt face. His sharp features and hollow eyes give him a haunting presence, while his worn leather jacket and dark boots suggest a life of hardship and secrecy. His movements are calculated, his voice low and measured, hinting at something sinister lurking beneath his calm exterior. The interior of a long-distance bus, dimly lit by flickering overhead lights. The seats are worn but comfortable, and the rhythmic hum of the tires on the highway fills the otherwise silent cabin. Outside, the vast American countryside stretches endlessly under a blanket of stars, the occasional silhouette of a gas station or diner breaking the monotony. The rhythmic hum of the tires on the highway fills the otherwise silent cabin. In the suspenseful narrative of The Stranger on the Midnight Bus, Clara encounters an unsettling stranger during her late-night trip, which ignites her fears and instincts as she navigates a perilous situation that ultimately leads her to safety, but not without discovering a chilling connection to a series of murders. The bus station is nearly deserted, illuminated by flickering fluorescent lights. The quiet hum of vending machines is the only sound as Clara boards the late-night bus, her bag slung over her shoulder. Clara settles into a window seat, her gaze drifting to the empty highway beyond the glass. She pulls out her book but finds it hard to focus, her mind buzzing with anticipation for the trip ahead. As the bus begins to fill, her attention is drawn to a man stepping aboard. His gaunt face and unsettling presence send a chill down her spine. He scans the cabin before taking a seat across the aisle from her, his hollow eyes briefly meeting hers. The bus moves steadily through the darkened landscape, the cabin illuminated by faint, flickering lights. Clara glances at the stranger, his face partially obscured by the shadows. The man shifts in his seat, his leather jacket creaking softly. Clara notices his fingers tapping rhythmically on the armrest, his sharp nails scraping against the worn fabric. She leans toward the window, trying to ignore him, but her mind recalls a recent news story about a convicted killer who had dismembered his victim in Arizona. The man's face, with its gaunt features and haunted eyes, bears an unsettling resemblance to the mugshot she had seen. The bus pulls into a lonely rest stop, the faint glow of a vending machine the only light in the surrounding darkness. A few passengers disembark for a quick break, but Clara stays in her seat, her unease growing. The stranger rises, his movements deliberate. He approaches the driver, murmuring something Clara can't make out. The driver nods, glancing briefly in Clara's direction before the man returns to his seat. Clara's pulse quickens. She adjusts her scarf, her hands trembling slightly. Just a coincidence, she tells herself, though her instincts scream otherwise. The bus continues down the empty highway, its headlights cutting through the pitch-black night. The stranger shifts in his seat, leaning slightly toward Clara. "You look familiar," he says, his voice low and gravelly. "Travel often?" Clara forces a polite smile, her heart pounding. "Sometimes. You?" The man smirks. "You could say that. I go where the road takes me." As the bus pulls away, Clara steps out from her hiding place, her eyes scanning the empty highway. She knows she's stranded, but relief washes over her as the taillights disappear into the night. Clara hitches a ride with a passing trucker who listens intently as she recounts her story. By morning, she reaches the safety of a nearby town, vowing never to let her curiosity or instincts falter again. But as she watches the morning news, the face of the man she left behind flashes on the screen, linked to a string of murders along the southern highways.